So, welcome everybody. I hope that everyone can hear me well. Thank you for being here with us. I welcome you today to our online seminar that we offer you again in cooperation with a German university. Today we have Pforzheim University as a guest, and I'm pleased that you will be spending the next 60 minutes with us. My name is Salha Nejah. I work for the DRD office Tunis, the regional office, and I will accompany you today through this event. Our regional office offers you on a regular basis such online seminars with German universities, and we present you the university, their special study programs, and you will also get some information about daily life as accommodation, transport, and maybe also some tips for every day. I'm very happy to introduce you now Ms. Janina Walter. She's the admissions coordinator, MBA International Management at Pforzheim University, and will provide you all the important information about the English taught MBA program in International Management. If you have already attended one of our online seminars, then you certainly know that our seminars are always interactive. This means that you will get, first of all, some information and input from us, but by the end, you will have the opportunity to ask questions, normally written questions. So the chat that you can see here above will be available for you during the whole event, so you can write all questions you can get during the presentation on your mind. We will read then loudly the questions and answer them together. You will also have at the end the opportunity to download some brochures and also flyers about Pforzheim University and the MBA in International Management. One last information now, our seminar will be recorded and uploaded on our YouTube channel, DRD Tunisie, so that you can listen to the information once again, send it to your friends, or if you want to see one information once more. So enough from my side. Now I wish you an exciting and informative online seminar, and Ms. Walter, the floor is now yours.
Thank you, and hello everybody. I'm glad to have the opportunity to giving this online presentation to you today, and thank you to the DAD for hosting us. My name is Janina Walter, and yeah, as the admissions coordinator, I'm always happy to answer individual questions at the end of this session, but of course also anytime after this presentation today. And now I'll get started with our presentation about the MBA in International Management at Pforzheim University. So first of all, where are we located? Pforzheim is a mid-sized city in southwest Germany, and we're actually very close to cities like Stuttgart and Karlsruhe, and it's also not far from well-known cities such as Munich, Frankfurt, and of course also through our railway network and the highway network, we're also close to cities like Berlin and our neighbor countries. So we are actually very close to the border of France, to Switzerland and to Austria. And very important to know about Pforzheim is its proximity to the Black Forest, which is a big woodland area, which is great for any recreational activities, weekend trips, etc. So here are a few impressions of Pforzheim and the surrounding area. So Pforzheim is also called the Goldstadt, the city of gold. It has a long tradition in jewelry manufacturing, and it's also a very green city, and the surrounding areas, as mentioned before, are nice for any weekend trips and travels during your holidays. And also the city itself has plenty of opportunities and sites to explore. Very important for Pforzheim and the area is the location of many companies. So actually we have global players such as Daimler and Bosch in the surrounding area, but also mid-sized companies and small family-owned businesses, and all of them provide an excellent opportunity for our students and also for the graduates to find jobs and here and to pursue a career after their graduation. Now a few facts about Pforzheim University and the history. So actually Pforzheim University is quite an old school. So it all started in 1877 when the School of Design was founded, and then later it got joined by the School of Engineering and the Business School. And the Business School was founded in 1963. Today, the business school has around 3,500 students, and they are taught by 97 professors, and we have around 100 partner universities all around the world, which is very important for the internationality character of Pforzheim University. And when it comes to internationality, there's also a few numbers. We have around 900 international students, and they come from around 70 nations. In total, the Business School Pforzheim has more than 17,000 graduates today, and they come from 14 bachelor programs and 12 master programs. Of those master programs, we have 2 MBA programs actually. One is a part-time executive MBA, which is taught in German. And then there's our MBA in International Management, which is all taught in English. And very important is also the ASCSB accreditation of the business school. This accreditation was first achieved in 2011 and it got reaccredited in 2017. Very important to know also is that Pforzheim University actually was the first German public university ever allowed to grant an MBA degree, and this was in 1996. So this year we're celebrating our 25th anniversary. And now let's give some more detailed facts about the MBA International Management. We actually have 2 options for students or candidates. So we provide, we offer a 21 months full-time MBA program for candidates from all fields, but also we have a short track option, which takes 16 months, and this is for candidates who already have a business degree. And the 21 months program will start in September, and the 16 months program will start in March. The overall course language, as mentioned before, is English. And we pride ourselves of having a 2-tier education structure. So we combine a classical management education with the specializations for the challenges of the 21st century. So this means that we offer courses such as innovation management, sustainable globalization, and digital transformation. In the second and third semester, we offer various electives, for example, from the fields of consulting, marketing, and finance and accounting. An important element or an important feature of our program is the small class size. So in total, one batch will consist of a maximum of 25 students. And this, this is very important for us because it allows a really good student-professor ratio. So we want to make sure every student will get the opportunity to benefit in the best way from the professors and their knowledge. And our professors are very approachable and they are happy to share their experiences with our students. Throughout the program, we also have integrated German language classes on all levels. So candidates who don't know any German yet at all can start on A1 level, but those who already have an advanced knowledge, they can start on a higher level. As mentioned before, our professors, they're happy to share their experiences and they actually come from the industry. So being part of the Business Group Pforzheim means that the professors actually have worked in the industry themselves before. So they're happy to speak from their own experiences in the management field. And very important to know, of course, are the costs of our program. So the tuition fees at the moment are 3,950 euros per semester. And now here we have an overview of our MBA curriculum and the semester structure. So as mentioned before, we have 2 intakes. So one here, the one in the first semester would be the 21 months program, and then here starting or joining in the second semester would be those candidates who take the 16 months program. In the first semester, we cover the foundational courses to give everybody, all candidates from all the various fields, the opportunity to get a good foundational knowledge of finance and accounting, of marketing, and, for example, HR management, but also economics, of course. And then in the second semester, we dive deeper into the business and management classes. So this is when the courses in sustainable globalization, for example, start. And here we also have our first electives. And when it comes to electives, there will be an even broader variety to choose from in the third semester. And then students can choose from marketing, consulting, finance and accounting, but also they have the opportunity to do a company project, which is in close collaboration with a company in the region. And in general, the third semester is the personal specialization semester. So this can either be done through choosing the electives according to your own interest, or it also is the semester when students can spend 1 semester abroad at one of our partner universities. This actually is optional for international students, but of course it's a nice opportunity to get an even broader international experience if students wish to do so. Then in the 4th semester is when our students write their thesis, and this can be either done on a topic of their own or in collaboration with a company, and also it usually means that this is done in combination with an internship. And throughout the program we have the so-called company experience, and this includes guest lectures with guests from the industry, alumni meeting, but also company visits in the greater region of Pforzheim. And as mentioned before, we have our German language classes, which run on all levels and throughout the program. And here is a more detailed overview of our company collaborations and the general experiences in the program. So as mentioned before, we do company visits, for example, to Frankfurt, to Munich, but also in the nearby area of Pforzheim. And this in the past and present has included Puma, for example, Daimler, Microsoft or Accenture, and many more. And the same goes for our guests in classroom. They also come from very well-known companies, for example, Ernst & Young, Mahle, SAP, or KPMG, for example. And in the third semester, we have our company projects taking place. They are optional, they are like an elective, and but it is always recommended to do it since it's a really close project with a company. Students will work in small teams and get a really nice opportunity to network also with the companies here. And companies, to name only a few, include or have included Bosch, Siemens, 1&1, IONOS, and Mahle. And the general MBA experience also has a focus on the cross-cultural experience. So first of all, we have students from all over the world, which is an excellent opportunity to improve the cross-cultural experience and skills when it comes to discussions, negotiations, and problem-solving skills. And then we have guest lecturers also from all parts of the world. So for example, from the US, South Africa, or the UK, to name but a few. And as mentioned before, for everybody looking for a broader international experience, we have the option for our students to study one semester abroad at one of our partner universities. And we also offer a double degree option. So this would be a dual degree with the University of Wyoming or the ISCTE in Portugal. Now you might wonder what you have to do to apply and to get admitted to our program. So first of all, here's our admission requirements, and I'll quickly walk you through here. So for all candidates, the minimum requirement is a previous undergraduate degree. So previously completed degree on bachelor level. Of course, this is also fine if candidates have already completed another master program. And then very important is the GMAT or GRE score. So all candidates should make themselves familiar with this test well in advance before their application. This takes some time to prepare for. So this is also a very important admission requirement. And as it comes to scores, we expect a minimum score of 550 or the equivalent GRE score. Since our program is all taught in English, we also really want to make sure that everybody speaks English well and is able to follow all the classroom teachings. So proof of English language skills is also a requirement. This can be either done through the TOEFL or the IELTS test, or if students have already completed a previous degree that was taught in English language, we also accept proof of that. And in that case, we would not need to see another English language test. For the TOEFL, the expected score would be around 100 for the internet-based test. And for the IELTS, it would be 7.0 ideally. Then very important to benefit the most from the MBA experience is previous work experience. So all candidates should have a minimum of 2 years full-time work experience after their first university degree and before they join the MBA program. And this will allow all students to share their own experiences from their jobs before joining the MBA program and let them apply the classroom teachings to their own experiences. Then further documents that need to be submitted are a motivation letter and an essay on extracurricular activities, and they should be around 1 page each. And for the essay, this could cover anything from volunteer activities to sports or hobbies or any other interests that the candidates pursue during their leisure time. Also, your CV would be required, and then once all documents are complete, we run a document check, and if everything's all right here, we will invite the candidate to an interview, which usually takes place online and is either conducted via Skype or MS Teams. And now to the application deadlines. For the winter intake, so October entry, the deadline for international applicants would be June 15th if a visa is still needed, or if candidates already have an EU visa, they can apply until July 31st. And same goes for the March intake. For the business graduates, they can apply until December 15th if a visa is still needed, or EU visa holders or residents can apply until January 31st. And all applications can be made through our online application platform, which can be found on our website. And now here you will find a few of our alumni, and they are speaking for themselves. So yeah, they graduated in recent years. And for example, we have Kerstin from Germany, who is now working as a project manager at Bosch, and she the takeaway for her, the big takeaway for her was the internationality and the experience that she got here. And then we have Yan Hong from China, who's now working at Daimler, and she also appreciated the international teamwork and the problem-solving skills, especially also during the company project. And then we have Gabriela from Mexico, today working at SAP, and yeah, she was impressed from with the accreditation and the international cooperation that we have with partner universities all around the world, and she did her semester abroad in France. Then we have Brian from the US, and he especially appreciated the preparations for the business environment that he got in our program. And then we have Alexandra from Russia, today working at KPMG, and yeah, she also points out the support for the career preparations that she got during and after her studies. And last but not least, we have Kwame from Ghana. He's also working at SAP today, and yeah, he highlights the small class size, which helped him a lot, and the individual support that he got from our professors. Now, towards the end of my presentation, I would like to give you a few facts and tips about student life in Pforzheim. And yeah, very important, of course, is the housing and the expenses during a stay in Pforzheim. So to help all students, we provide a housing list to all accepted students before their arrival, so that they can start looking for accommodation from their home countries. And this housing list includes student dorms, but also links and contact information for housing on the general housing market in Pforzheim. So a room in a student dorm costs around 220 euros a month. And yeah, there's also options to stay in shared apartments with other students, for example. And yeah, the costs might be a little bit higher, but yeah, also around this this amount. And in general, the living costs in Pforzheim can be estimated with 650 euros a month. But of course, this always depends on personal spending habits. And then also important is that the student ID card that all students get is also the public transportation ticket. So this allows all students of Pforzheim University to use the buses in Pforzheim itself, but also some of the local trains in the Pforzheim region for free. And yeah, when it comes to arrival in Pforzheim and getting acquainted with life in Germany, we offer also a pre-semester German language class. So for everybody who is an absolute beginner in the German language, there is the option to do an intensive 3 to 4 weeks course before the actual semester starts. So this is a nice opportunity to arrive a bit early and to, yeah, get to know the other students and then get a foundational knowledge of German. Then in the arrival week is a good time to, yeah, get to know the student clubs and initiatives, but also, of course, get guided tours of the campus, the library, for example, and also of the city of Pforzheim. And yeah, the student clubs, of course, also are a nice opportunity to meet other students. And for example, the International Students Club is called Gemini. They organize events and little trips for the international students. In the MBA, we also have a buddy program. So all for newly admitted students will be put in touch with one of our existing students from the senior batch, and they will also be providing tips and support before the arrival in Germany, so they can help with finding accommodation and, yeah, getting more insights from a student's perspective before the arrival. And yeah, a very relevant question during and after the studies, of course, is how to find a job. So we organize preparatory classes on how to apply for a job in Germany. We do job trainings through, for example, mock interviews. So we have real company representatives conducting mock interviews with students. And of course, this is also a nice networking opportunity and to get to know the companies. And then we have career fairs on campus throughout the semester when companies introduce themselves, and yeah, students can get in touch with company representatives. One other event is the career breakfast, which is yeah, like a round table situation where students can easily get in touch with companies on a casual basis. Then we have job posts on campus, but also a job database. So this will include internships, work student jobs, but also full-time job opportunities after graduating. Campus X is another job fair on campus. And we have work student jobs at universities, but also there's opportunities with companies in the region. So quite a few of our students work a few hours per week with companies during the studies. And then, very helpful for the students is our mentoring program. So we connect our students in the second and third semester with a mentor from one of our alumni. So they will be mentoring the students during the final semester and can also give advice on how to apply and how to prepare for the actual job life after the program. And you've met me today, and there's further members of our teams, of course. So here is our program director, Professor Dr. Harald Strothmann. And he's also very approachable and always happy to answer questions. And then we have my colleague Tanya Solombrino, who's our program coordinator. And for everybody who's interested in a study abroad opportunity, Jochen Ebert, as the coordinator of our international programs, would be the one to talk to. And Professor Dr. Markus Oliver Schwab, he is also very approachable, and he is in charge for the company contacts and the company projects. And further member of our teams are Heidi Klecko and Sabrina Mitrash. They organize the events and the schedule, and always happy to help too. And here are our contact information. So everybody who has further questions or would like to arrange a personal Skype call or MS Team calls, feel free to email us, and we will set up a personal meeting to discuss individual questions or also do a document check, for example. And this is the end of the presentation now, and I'll be happy to answer your questions.
And you can now write your questions in the chat, or I've also get in advance some other questions which we can treat together. But first of all, I've seen that several participants have written that there are some problems with the internet connection. So it's not a problem for you, because we are now recording this event, and it will be in a couple of days available on our YouTube channel, DAAD Tunisie, and I've already written you also the link, the direct link, but you can only go to YouTube and write DAAD Tunisie, and in a couple of days we will have the recording uploaded in the channel, and then you can see it once again. This was the first remark I have. Then we will check, we begin with the questions. So Emna Elaish is asking, is there any scholarship to join the master program?
Yeah, that is a very good question. Actually, our master program is already funded by the state of Baden-Württemberg already, or partially funded. This means we can offer our program at comparably low tuition fees to all of our students. So comparing it to other MBA programs, you would find that ours comes at a lower cost. But while we are comparably affordable for all students, we cannot offer individual financial support, unfortunately. But maybe the DAAD would offer some more options here. And yeah, I see just a link being posted.
Yes. Yes. So maybe you already know that we as the DAAD, we have different scholarship programs. For the master level, we have very special kind of programs. So we have 4 or 5 different programs we offer for the Maghreb region. But on our scholarship database, the link I've written here in the chat, funding-guide.de, you can find not only the scholarship programs from the DAAD, but also scholarship programs funded through other German organizations like associations or federal states or political parties. So there are lots of other organizations offering scholarships, and you can check the possibilities on our database, which I have written here. Good. Next question from Sausan. I have a question. Is it only possible for business graduates who have already had 2 years of working experience to apply for this program? Or is there a way for younger students with little experience to apply as well? So I've already get also this question in another form maybe. So the question is also, could we replace the work experience with some internships?
Yeah,
I think
thank you
both
for those
questions go to the same. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Actually, for everybody who's not quite sure about their work experiences and their qualifications or eligibility based on those qualifications, please feel free to email your CV, and then I will have a closer look. The thing is that, yeah, usually 2 years of experiences would be required. If it's a little bit less, we can check in detail, and yeah, usually if it's a little bit less, this should not be a problem. We look at the whole application, but also on the other hand, if it's less, if it's much less than 2 years, we would usually recommend the candidate to wait a bit longer with the application, because yeah, it's for their own benefit. So once someone had 2 years of work experiences, there were certain situations to look back to, and then also look back to with a different perspective during the MBA. So this is for everybody's benefit. But yeah, if there's a few weeks missing, but the candidate has completed internships, we can definitely look at that and see what we can do here. But some work experience definitely is required.
Okay, very nice. Next question from Rade. Thank you for this presentation. If someone doesn't have an English certificate, can he or she apply and then send you the certificate later?
Yes, so if any document is missing still, candidates can still start the application and also submit it, and then missing documents can be submitted later. It depends, on the general application timeline. So it depends when the candidate applies. We accept early applications, so this is also something we recommend. If someone is still missing a document still, please go ahead and submit your application, and then we can run the document check and make sure everything else is there, and then we can still wait for example, a language certificate to come a little bit later. But all documents would need to be complete before final admission can be given.
Okay, maybe another question, the same direction. Could the TOEFL or IELTS be replaced by the TOEIC, the test of English for international communication? Because the TOEIC here in Tunisia is very common.
Yeah, actually, when it comes to the eligibility check, we work with, together with the international office at Fordham University. So they will do the final document check and also check the language certificates. So the best thing would be, again, to just email the language certificate. And then we will check whether that certificate and the achieved score or level would be sufficient for admission.
Okay, good. Then Najwa asks, thanks for the presentation. I would like to know if 2 years experience on education is also acceptable for applying for this master, for this MBA.
Yeah, so if that 2 years were done in a teaching position or in an other educational institution, this would also be acceptable.
Okay, how much are the administrative costs in Pforzheim?
Yes, that is a good point. So besides the tuition fees, there are some student service fees. This is 161 euros per semester. So this would come on top of the tuition fees.
Another question here, can we enter to the library? Is there a library that we can use with the status as a student?
Yes, so, well, of course, Fordham University has a library, and we, as the MBA program, also make sure that all, primary sources and all core literature is available through the library, either in hard copies or as online literature. But of course, with a student ID card, students can also get access to other libraries in the region.
Also in other universities or only in Pforzheim?
Well, there's public libraries. When it comes to specific libraries at other universities, actually, I would need to check on that. But if there's specific questions, I would be happy to check that.
Okay. Another question about the pandemic. So how is the current pandemic influencing teaching and learning at Pforzheim University?
Yeah, so we're also looking back at 1.5 years of the COVID situation in Pforzheim. So last year and in summer semester this year, we had online lectures taking place, with a few exceptions of on-site lectures and excursions. So during summer, we also conducted excursions. This was possible then, and now also we are back on campus. We have security measures in place. We have hygiene rules, and this allows us to conduct our lectures on campus. There's social distancing rules, of course, and wearing masks on campus, but this allows us to conduct our lectures on site.
Okay, hoping the best for the next months all over the world. Okay, next question from Selva Show. The accommodation and living fees be paid extra to the MBA program?
Actually, the accommodation is not part of the university, so this is an external provider. So those fees would be paid directly to the student dorms, or of course, if it's public housing or the housing from the public market, it would be paid to the landlords directly.
I have here another COVID question if you want. So are there any problems in the last year with visa applications because of the pandemic? Do you have experiences regarding this point?
Yes, absolutely. So this is also a very important thing to keep in mind when applying for an MBA in Germany, to look into the visa application process in time at an early stage. Unfortunately, I cannot tell the current situation when it comes to applications from Tunisia. Looking back on the last 1.5 years, the pandemic definitely affected also the speed of the visa application processing for some countries. There, at least during the last year, there have been some delays. For some nationalities, it hardly made a difference. It really depends on the timeline, and again, early applications are always good. So we've had candidates who didn't have any issues at all, but for some candidates who applied rather close to the deadline, they experienced some visa processing delays. But luckily, everybody was still able to make it.
Okay, so for Tunisia, I can add maybe we have at the moment a delay of 8 months. So candidates should wait 8 months until they get their appointment. So you need to have it in your mind if you want to apply for any other program at a German university, but at the moment it's a little bit difficult. This is right. Okay, so I have asked all the questions I get from our participants. I just want to check once again that I didn't forget any other question. You can also talk to us directly if you are interested in that. You can only just raise your hand. You need to click on the symbol with the hand. You can see it above. Click on it, and then we understand that you want to talk to us directly. This is possible. If you have already asked all your questions, and I think we have listened today to several important questions, and we get already lots of good information about the MBA program at Pforzheim, then we can come to the end. But before we do this, I would like to keep your attention on the file download. We have put you here on the left side. You can find brochures, flyers, and also another brochure about the MBA. Just download them. We put them here now in this tool. We will let them for 1 hour maybe, but when it's closed, then there's no possibility to send it from our side. Maybe you can ask Ms. Walter if she can send it to you, but I really recommend you to download the documents now, to have a look on them, and if you have then further questions, I think that Ms. Walter will be happy to answer them. I don't know, Ms. Walter, do you want to add something before we close?
Yeah, well, thank you again for your questions, and it was really nice talking to you. And yeah, as mentioned, please always feel free to reach out via this email address, and I'm also typing in my personal address at Pforzheim University. So everybody who is just would like to clarify their eligibility or get more information, always feel free to just email me, and I'll be happy to arrange a meeting or have a short email correspondence.
Okay, thank you very much. Once again, Ms. Walter, thank you to Sirin who did the technical support, and thank you to all participants who were here today, who asked their questions or who only listened to us. Just wait a couple of days, you will get the presentation or the recording of our today's event on our YouTube channel, DAAD Tunisie. And I wish you now a very nice day, and hopefully to see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ms. Energy.